Hello everybody and welcome back to the LuxCore YouTube page. Today we have a 30-minute standing block lower body workout. So all you're gonna need is that block. Of course, you have the options to add ankle weights or a band to really add some extra fire to this and turn it up another notch. If you don't have the block, that's okay too. You can just do it without it. So you can do it with, you can do it without. That block's just gonna help you get a little bit deeper into some of the movements. So we're gonna jump right on in. You're gonna come to the edge of your mat here and we're just gonna start with a little bit of a warm up. So I want you to inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Good, inhale, reach up, and exhale, come all the way through center. Again, really taking a big inhale, setting your intention, thinking about what's gonna get you through when things get hard here in a little bit, and exhaling through center. Let's take one big last breath all the way up to the ceiling. And this time as you exhale, I want you to dive forward, reaching your hands for the mat. Your feet right now should just be about hip width distance apart. So your feet are in line with those shoulders. Breathing through this, holding down here. Now let's take another big breath to reach our hands back up towards the ceiling. And again, exhaling and bringing those hands, folding that upper body down towards the mat. Good, we're just warming up here, getting a nice big stretch in the backs of those legs, because like I said, we're really gonna be focusing on just that lower body today, really building those glutes, which I know it's what everybody wants to work towards. Breathing through this. We're just gonna stay down here for a little bit, and now I want you to heel toe your feet out so they're past hip width distance, and just hold in this forward fold. Good, holding here. Let's walk our hands over to the right side to get a big stretch in the right back side of that leg. Breathing into this. Good. Let's take one big breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Walking your hands over to the left side this time and then holding here. Finding that breath. Letting yourself get deeper into this stretch. Inhale and exhale. Good, come back to center. Now from here, you're gonna stay in this forward fold. You're just gonna walk your hands back behind you, almost like you're trying to reach your fingertips towards the wall behind you to get you even deeper into this stretch in the posterior chain. Yes, allowing yourself to sink into this, breathing into it. Can you reach your hands a little bit further? Yes, you can. Amazing. Bring your hands back forward onto the mat. And from here, you're gonna turn your toes out slightly, so you're just at a slight diagonal. And you're just gonna lower your hips down, sinking deeply your hips down towards the mat, and then extend behind the backs of the legs to reach them long again. Good, lowering down, lifting back up. This is just starting to warm up those hips. Bring some fire, some movement, some warmth into the body. Good. You have 3 more here. Last 2. And last 1. Meet me up with those legs extended. From here, you're gonna heel toes those feet so that your feet are glued and touching together. And you're just gonna hold in this forward fold. You'll notice when your feet are together, it makes it even harder to reach your hands fully down onto the mat. So if you can't, and you're up here, that's okay. You're gonna work towards getting more flexibility in that back side. It's really challenging with those legs and feet glued together. Breathing into this. Good. Just a few more breaths here. Give me one big last inhale. And exhale, let yourself sink as deeply as you can into the mat. Good. Now begin to walk your hands out into a plank position. We're just gonna bring a little bit of warmth into the body. Open those feet up so they're again hip distance apart from one another. And now I want you to just pike the hips up to the ceiling, coming into a downward dog, and then come back forward into that plank. Good, just shifting back and forth between these 2 movements. Our goal here is just to again bring a little bit more warmth into the body before we get more into those legs. You're not gonna be working core here, I promise. That's not what the theme of today's workout is, but you should always be engaging your core throughout every exercise that you're doing. So even if you are doing a more glute focused or a more lower body focused workout, you're still gonna be forced to use that core to balance you. You can choose to engage it more. And that's what I always want you guys to choose. Good. Breathing through this. You have last 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Meet me back in that downward dog. Amazing. Walk your hands back into where they started. Set your hands are towards your feet. And you're gonna heel toe those feet out again so that they're open past hip distance. I want you to turn those toes out. I'll turn forward so you guys can see. Just so they're on a slight diagonal. And we're gonna move back into lowering those hips down and extending them back up. Just a few more here, and we're gonna jump into a little bit more movement. Be grateful right now that it's not too difficult because things are about to get fired up super quickly. Keep going here. You have just 3, last 2, and on this last one, I want you to hold down at the bottom. You're gonna pick your hands up off of the mat and lift your chest up forward towards the wall in front of you. Good, so we're holding here. The goal here is to sink your hips down as deep as possible. That's why I really like moving into this hold straight from this movement because it forces you to really see how low you can get. Good, keep holding here. You guys got this. I know. Breathing into this. If you need to come up a little bit higher, you can, but I want you to try and really keep that 90-degree angle in those legs. Breathing through this. There's just a nice slight hinge in the spine. Your spine is still straight. It's not curved, it's not arched. It's just nice and straight here. Good, keep holding. Let it shake a little bit. We're bringing so much fire into those legs immediately. You have last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, set those hands down and extend those legs out long. Great, from here, just let your hands come into a cradle above your head and just rock back and forth a bit. Taking a few breaths here. Amazing. All right, hope you guys are feeling nice and warmed up. We're gonna jump into a little series here. We're gonna start back in that squat position. So like I said, everything is standing. We're gonna move into a lot of your single leg work, but we're gonna start with just both those legs. So you can have that block nearby. We're not gonna use it quite yet. So from here, you're gonna have your feet open past shoulder hip distance. I'll go out this way, and you're just going to lower yourself down and lift yourself back up. Good, so pretty simple here, just in a very basic squat position, lowering down and lifting up. Breathing into this. My right knee seems to always pop. I'm not sure why that is. Some days it's more, some days it's less. That's okay. You know your body. The goal is to be uncomfortable, to push yourself, but uncomfortable doesn't mean pain. So if something feels really off in your body, stop and readjust. But if something feels uncomfortable because it's challenging, that's exactly where I want you to be. I'm gonna turn this way too so you can see form a little bit better. So I want you sinking those hips all the way down before you lift back up. Good, all the way down and back up. You have last 5, 4, moving nice and slow for 3, for 2, and on this last one, you're gonna hold at the bottom and give me pulses up and down. You're just lifting and lowering about 2 inches up and down. Yes, you can. You have last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last one. Hold at the bottom or just holding here. Yes, you can. I want you to reach your arms out to a T position and then close them back into prayer. Good, we're opening and closing. Opening the arms, closing the arms. Yes, you can. Can you sink those hips a little bit deeper? You got this for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good, sink your hips a little bit further and stand all the way back up. Amazing. Now from here, you're gonna go ahead and grab that block and we're gonna move into a little bit of single leg work. So we're gonna start with our left foot on the block. So you can bring the block more towards the left side of the room. And then you're gonna place that left foot onto the block. The right foot is gonna be behind you. And you're just gonna bring your hands on your hips to start. And you're gonna lower down and lift back up. Ooh, you might have to find a little bit of your balance at first. That's normal. So lower down and lifting up. Lowering and lifting. Sinking all the way down. I want you to really hit that 90-90 angle with those legs before you come back up. Good, lower and lift. Breathing into this. You're stronger than you think that you are. This block allows you to get even deeper into that lunge, making sure that your knee's not going over your toes on this front foot. Keep going. You have last 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hold at the bottom. Give me those pulses up for 10, 9, moving slow and controlled, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding at the bottom, holding at your lowest point. Yes, you can. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, I know, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand everything up. Good. Now we're gonna move into a curtsy lunge. So that left foot stays on the block. You're just gonna twist this right leg and bring it at a diagonal behind this left foot and lunge down and then come back out. Good, so we're lunging down. You're just tapping this right toe on the other side of the mat before you lunge back down. Good. Keeping all of this work in that left leg. Yes, you can. Whew, it's already getting really hot in here. Feeling that burn super quick. You have last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good, meet me at the bottom in that curtsy lunge. We're holding and give me pulses up and down. Yes, you can. We're pulsing and pulsing. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't give up. Sink deeper for 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to hold at the bottom. Yes, we're holding and holding. Let it burn. You have last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself all the way up to the top. Amazing. I'm gonna scoot back just a tiny bit so I don't hit the tree over here. You might have plenty of room where you're at. So you're gonna keep that left foot on the block here. This is gonna be a little bit more of a balancing act, so take a second to kind of figure out what feels good. But I want you to lift this right leg up. So all of the weight is in this left foot here. Yes, this left leg. I'm gonna scoot over just a little bit to make sure you guys can see me, okay? The foot comes on, this leg lifts up. We're gonna start with just the leg, just so you can find that balance. From here, I want you to pull the knee into the chest and extend it back out long. Good, we're pulling the knee in and extending it out. If you want a little bit more cardio, this is where you can reach your arms above your head as the leg extends out and then pull everything in. Good. Extend everything out, pulling everything in. Breathing into this. Yes, you can. This is where that core comes into play. You use your core to keep that balance. You crunch at the top before you extend everything out. Breathing into this. You have last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. On this last one, you're gonna hold everything out. You have a slight bend in this left leg. The arms are long above head, or they're into your chest if you're not ready to take that. And you're just pulsing this right leg up and down. If you have those arms out, the arms are pulsing with the leg. Breathing into this. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold everything out. Now from here, you're gonna move back into those lunges we started with. So you're gonna lunge all the way down, but then you're gonna add on bringing this knee into the chest. Good, so you're lunging all the way down, pulling that knee into the chest. Keep going, you guys got this. I know your legs are on fire, especially that left one that's supporting you through all this. Breathing into this. This is still nice and slow and controlled. You have last 5, 4, you have 3, last 2, and last 1. Bring that knee all the way into the chest to finish. We're gonna finish with curtsy lunges into that knee tuck. So that left foot stays on the block, that right leg comes at that diagonal, you lunge all the way down, and you pull that knee into the chest. Good, lunging and lifting. Really control yourself here. This isn't about speed. This is about really controlling, hitting every single movement as you go down and really pulling that knee all the way up to the chest. Don't bypass it by stopping here. Get that knee up as high as you can before you take that lunge all the way down. Keep going. You guys can probably hear I'm out of breath too. I'm right there with you. Let's really burn this leg out. You got it. You have just 5, 4, yes, 3, last 2, and last 1. Pull it all the way up and lower down. Let yourself shake that left leg out. You also might need to roll the ankle out a bit. Let's take a second to do that. So just bend that left leg and roll that left foot out. Amazing work there in that first little series. Of course, we've got to do it all on the other side. Let's go ahead and pull this left leg into the chest. Holding here for a little bit. You can continue to circle that left ankle if you'd like. Now just cross the left leg over the right. So you're in kind of this like figure 4 position, and you're just gonna press your hips back towards the wall behind you to get a nice big stretch in that left glute. Good, holding here. Sinking a little bit deeper and just breathing into this. So strong. You guys are absolutely killing it. Amazing. All right, you guys ready to do the other side? I'm like, am I ready to do the other side? I think so. Okay, come all the way back up and let's go ahead and just get this done on this other side. So you're gonna bring the block now this time a little bit closer to the right side of your mat. Your right foot is gonna go on the block this time. The left foot is gonna go behind you. So we gotta start with just those basic lunges up and down. So you can bring your hands on your hips. Again, if you wanna amplify this and turn this up and get a little bit more cardio, you can reach your hands above your head. You can place your hands on your head just in this nice position, or you can keep those hands on the hips. Let's get started. Lower down, lift all the way up. Good, lowering and lifting. Really letting yourself get deep into this. You guys know what's coming. Sometimes that's better, sometimes that's worse. That's what I always say. These are big muscles, so we gotta do a lot to start to burn them out. Sometimes this second side can feel harder because that left leg already did so much work. So if it starts to fatigue a little bit faster, that's actually pretty normal. But I want you to not give up on yourself. Don't use that as an excuse. Maybe use it as some extra motivation to go even further in this movement or to push yourself a little bit harder. You have last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Meet me at the bottom and give me those pulses up and down. Yes, we're pulsing. Just those 2 inches up and down, staying as low as you can and moving from that place. You have last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Hold at the bottom, and we're just holding. Yes, you can. Sink those hips all the way down. Sink them deeper. This is just temporary. You got this. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. Good, we're moving into those curtsy lunges. I'm gonna scoot my block over a little bit just so you guys can better see me, but wherever you're at is perfectly fine. So from here, you're crossing that left leg behind the right, lunging all the way down, and then just tapping the left leg out to this side before lunging back down. Good. You guys are absolutely killing this. Keep going. Breathing through this, not too many here. You can do it. Just a few more. Letting yourself really push into this block. Letting yourself use that block to get deeper into this lunge. Yes, you can. Don't half it, full it. I don't think I can cuss on YouTube, but I think you guys know what I would have said. Keep going. You have last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Lower all the way down. Give me those pulses. We're pulsing up and down. Just that small range of motion to let yourself really get into that glute. You have last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the bottom. Hold, hold. Yes, you can. Do not give up on me. Nobody drops. Yes, nobody drops. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Lift everything up. All right, you guys know what we're moving into. I'm gonna move this block back just a tiny bit. Always gotta be aware of my little tree that I have over here. So from here, that right foot stays on. My block's moving all over the place. And we're bringing all of our weight up onto that block. This left leg extends out long behind us, and we're just pulling it into the chest. This is where you have the option to introduce those arms. As you give that little crunch at the top, those arms extend out as the leg reaches out behind you, and you pull everything in. Good, extending everything out, pulling everything in. This base leg should have just a slight little bend in it. You don't want it all the way straight, just enough to support you so you're not hyperextending that leg. Breathing through this, yes you can. You have last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold everything out and give me those pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set that foot down and we're gonna go straight into those other lunges. So you're gonna lower back into those lunges we started with, and then as you lift up, this left leg is gonna pull into the chest. Good. Lowering down, pulling that left leg in. Yes, nice and control here. Not too many. We're so close to the finish line on this side. You guys got this. Breathing into this. Just 4, 3, really controlling. Last 2, not forgetting about that center as well, keeping it folded the entire time. Last 1, good. Now we're gonna move into those curtsy lunges with the lift of the leg. So that left leg crosses behind the right. You lunge down and you pick that left knee up. Good, lunging and picking up. You lose a little bit of your balance, that's okay, jump straight back into it. Yes, you can. Ooh. For 6, you have last 5, last 4, really sinking deeply down here. You have last 3, last 2, and last 1. Come all the way up and set that leg down. Amazing. Let's go ahead and roll that right ankle out a bit. You guys absolutely killed that. That was not easy stuff. Amazing. Go ahead and pull that knee, the right leg, up towards your chest. You can keep rolling out that ankle, taking a few breaths here. You guys have already done so much work. You don't have too much more left. It's just a quick 30-minute workout. So I want you to give it everything you got. You already are. Now cross that right leg over the left and press those hips back into that figure 4 position to get a nice big stretch in that right glute. Good, sitting into this. Amazing job. All right, hopefully you feel good, nice and warm. You're feeling a nice burn, maybe even a little bit of a sweat. Let's come forward. You can keep that block actually in the exact same place. And now you're gonna place your left foot on it, and this right leg is gonna come out so it's past shoulder width distance, almost as if you're in like a sumo lunge, like a really big one with the knees pressing out. I just want this left foot on the block. You're gonna lift the left heel up, so just your left toes are on this, and from here, you're gonna lower down and lift back up. Good, you're just lowering and lifting. Might feel a little funky at first, but just keep going here. Really sinking down as far as you can. This left leg is gonna start shaking super quickly. The goal here is to keep this left heel lifted up as high as you can. It's really easy to want to lower it down with your body when you come down. You want to try and use the opposition to lift this heel up as the body sinks down and you come back up. So that heel stays lifted the entire time. I know, just 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hold down at the bottom and give me little pulses up and down. Yes, lift that heel up as you sink deeper. Keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the bottom, and now I want you to switch the lift of the heels. So now you're gonna lift the right heel up as the left one on the block sinks down, and you're just gonna switch again. So we're just switching the lifts of those heels, keeping your body and those hips sink down as low as possible as you switch. I know you guys got this. I know those legs are killing you. You have just 5, 4, let it shake for 3, 2, my legs are shaking, and last 1. Good, lower down and come all the way back up. Amazing. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So just place this block onto The other side of your mat here, you guys know exactly what's coming. You're gonna place this right foot onto the block. This time, the right heel is lifted, the left heel is on the ground. Those toes are facing out. Now again, we're gonna sink down and lift back up. You're sinking those hips down and lifting yourself back up, just like the squats that we started with, except this time that leg is on that block. Those heels are lifted just on that right side. Good, lowering and lifting. Breathing through this. Yes, you can. You're so much stronger than you think. I'm gonna tell you that 100 times. You have just 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Lower down, hold down here, and pulse up and down for 10, 9. Keep that right heel lifted all the way up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the bottom. You gotta do the switch of those heels. Good, so we're just switching the lift of those heels. Yes, you can. This is where you finish this at. You have just 6. I know. 5. Oh, my leg's shaking. Let it shake. 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good, stand everything up. Wow, that got my legs really, really shaking. I hope it's getting yours shaking too. We're almost done here. This is the last little thing that you have. So this time you're gonna come forward. Your left leg is gonna be in front again. So we're gonna isolate those legs a little bit more once again to finish this out. You're gonna grab onto the block. So this time your hands are holding the block. You're gonna lean yourself forward. This right leg is gonna be what extends out long. Now from here, you can keep the block long just to start. You're hinging your body forward. There's a slight bend in this left knee. You're just lifting this right leg up and tapping it back down. Good, so you're lifting it up and lowering down. Breathing through this. When you're ready, I want you to pull this block towards your chest as the leg lifts up and lower the block down as the toes tap down. Good, lifting up, lowering down, lifting and lowering. You have just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the block lifted. I want you to lift that right leg up and down to give me pulses. Yes, everything else is super still. The only thing lifting up and down is that right leg. Yes, you can. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up. This is where we finish on this side. You're bending that right leg in. So it's just like doing little hamstring curls as if you're down on the ground. We're just doing it standing up. So this right leg is just bending in and out, but keeping that hinge and everything else super still in the body. Bending that leg in, extending it out long. Yes, you can. If you want to add a little bit, you can reach those arms long overhead. Breathing through this for last 6, 5, 4, 3. This is going to get a little bit into those hamstrings for 2, and last 1. Good. Bring everything up. Amazing. Let's go ahead and finish on that other side. So this time, the right leg is in front of you, the left leg is gonna come behind you. You're welcome to just literally stay in this exact same spot. I just turn around. I feel like it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. It doesn't really matter. And then from here, you're gonna bend or lean that body forward. This time the left leg is gonna come out behind you. And we're gonna start here with just lifting that leg up and lowering down. Good, you're lifting and lowering. You can go ahead and start to pull those arms in if that feels good for you. Just give yourself a little bit of an extra challenge here. I dare you to take it. Yes, you can. Breathing into this. You guys are almost done. So give it everything you got. Challenge yourself. If you're able to get through this without having to stop, you need to do something harder. Yes, you can. You have last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Hold this up towards your chest. You're just gonna be little pulses with that left leg. Yes, you can. Lifting up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. And now you're just bending that left leg in and extending it out. So you're just bending at that knee to pull the heel towards your glute and extend it back out long. Good, pulling in and out. Can everyone reach those arms above your head on that high diagonal? Yes, you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Bring everything up to a standing position. You can bring that block down by your side. You guys absolutely killed that. You should be so proud of yourselves. So we're just gonna take a quick little cool down. So come over to the edge of your mat once again. We're gonna finish kind of a similar way to how we started. So when you just inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend yourself over those legs, taking a nice big stretch in the backs of those legs. You guys did so much hard work today. You should be so proud. Let's walk those feet past hip distance. And I want you to once again walk those hands behind you like you're reaching your fingers towards the wall. See how much more loose you feel. Maybe you feel way more flexible right now. Once our muscles are warm, it makes it easier for us to stretch. Breathing into this. Amazing job. Let's bring our hands forward. And once again, we're just gonna lower those hips down and lift them back up. It's a nice little active stretch. Good to start with and good to end with. You're probably like, I don't wanna lower my hips down anymore. Just give me 3 more. Give me last 2. And last 1. Good, heel toe those feet in so that they're all the way touching. Once again, I wanna give you the opportunity to see how much further you can get deeper, like how much deeper can you sink those hands. Maybe this time if you were up here, you can actually get your fingertips to touch the ground a little bit. Whatever that amplification is, try and see if you can get a little bit further. Breathing, letting the head fall down. Don't lift the head up like this, it'll strain the neck. Just let it fall down with ease. Great job, you guys. All right, slowly we're gonna take an 8 count to articulate our spine all the way up to a full standing position. So don't beat me up there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's shake our head. Yes, just to loosen up that neck. Let's shake our head, no. Like I always get confused in class when people are like, the teacher's like, yes, no. I'm like, which way does my head go? Just pick a direction, it doesn't matter. Let's do full head circles. You can open those feet up past hip distance. It gives you a little bit more support. 1 more in this direction. And now let's reverse. Give me the last 2. And last 1. Ooh, that makes me a little bit dizzy, but you guys absolutely killed that. You already completed your 30-minute standing upper body sequence. I feel like it's fun to just get off of our sit bones and onto our legs. It's also, I feel like, a lot more of cardio work because you're having to like lift your whole body. You don't have much of the ground for support. So once again, you guys should be so proud of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in another video.